Hi everyone, I wanted to redo this video because when I uploaded the live, it was skipping or parts of it was missing. So let's get into the video. During my third trimester, I got diagnosed with a rare condition called cholestasis. It's dangerous because the baby could be stillbirth or the baby could have birth defects. It's a condition of the liver. I was feeling itchy in my legs, but I thought maybe my skin is just stretching. So I tried putting different lotion on. I tried putting a new lotion on and it wasn't helping. I was still itchy. So I went to go get checked out normally because of my pregnancy. And the doctor tells me, "Do you see the red marks on your stomach?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Those are early signs of cholestasis." And I was like, I've never heard of that. So I was like, is there anything I can take? And he said, you can try taking Benadryl. I do have steroids, which I can give you in the long run because it's going to get worse if you want that, or I can give it to you now, but I can only give it to you 2 times or 1 time. And I told him, no, I'll just wait. So when I went home, I tried using like topical creams. My friend sent over all kinds of different ones that would probably help, and nothing was helping. I had sprays also, and she asked me, is it helping? And I said no. So when I went back to the doctor, every week he wanted me to get monitored blood work done to see how it was doing. So the nurse told me once it gets up to level 40, that's when it's dangerous. So I was getting monitored and it went up to 17. The doctor was just like, I told him it's not working. Like, I tried topical creams. He's like, it's not going to work because it's under the skin. So at first I would scratch and it would go away. And it's just like an itchiness, like all over your body, from the bottom of your feet to your palms. But there would be no rash. It was just itchy. It got to the point where I didn't like taking showers, like, because I would put like lukewarm water and I was still itchy in the shower. I would wash my hands, and at first I'd scratch, it would go away, but just rubbing the towel on my hands would make me want to scratch. And it got to the point where I couldn't stand it, and I felt like I wanted to rip my skin off when it would just all of a sudden come on. And so it was unbearable. It got to that point, and so I went to the doctor and my levels went from 17 to 37. So the nurse goes, you have to go to the hospital. She called me. You have to go to the hospital. You need to, like, today, and they know you're going. You need to have injections done to help the baby's heart grow. So the doctor had told me that I was going to have a C-section, and it got moved up to a month early. And then it got moved up again because the condition was getting worse. So I had the injections done. My husband couldn't go with me because the whole quarantine had already started, the COVID. And so it was by myself. And then, like, that week, my levels just were getting worse. So the baby wasn't really moving on a Thursday, and I just went in. The doctor always told me you can come in here or at the hospital to get monitored to see how the baby's doing. So I went in and I got monitored. The baby's heart sounded fine, but then she zapped me with something that looked like a little control, and I had never seen that before. And it was to see if the baby's heart rate was in distress and to wake up the baby. So finally, after that, the baby woke up. I was there for like 2 hours, and the baby was fine. I also got diagnosed with gestational diabetes around the same time. So I had to get insulin, and I was losing weight, but the doctor wanted to keep me on insulin. So I was doing that also. The doctor gave me steroids, and I just felt an itchiness from the top of my head down to the bottom of my feet, like a blanket of itchiness, and it just would not go away. I tried to sleep it off. I called the nurse and I asked her if that was normal the next day because I still felt itchy, and she said maybe you should just stop taking it. So I did. So Friday she had called me and she told me that my levels were worse. So it scared me, and I was shopping for pajamas at Target. So my mucus plug came out, so I called her back. I was freaking out. She said, "You're not going to have the baby anytime soon." That didn't happen with Aubrey, with my first pregnancy. So I went to go get monitored. She said, "You have to go today to the hospital." So I did. I got monitored Friday and Saturday. He wasn't allowed to go in with me because of COVID, and they would make me, like they said, come in and eat something before you do to get the baby to move. So Sunday morning came around and I had eaten. The baby moved barely once, and then I was thinking I'm just going to get monitored so they'll look to see how the baby's doing. I went in, I told them the baby hardly is moving. I already ate and he only moved like once. So the nurse came in and she told me, "Do you feel safe going home?" She goes, "Because I don't want to send you home and then you come back tomorrow and your baby not be alive." So when she said that, it freaked me out. And another nurse came in and she was like, "You're a good mom." She goes, "You know what's going on with your body. And you want what's best for your baby." And I said, "No, I don't want to go home." And the other nurse said, "You're having 2 to 3 minute contractions. Your baby isn't moving. Your baby has to come out now." So they gave me some medicine and I was freaking out. I went to the bathroom. I got so scared because I was going to have anesthesia and I've never had that before. And I was praying that the baby was okay, and they gave my husband scrubs to put on, and everything was just happening so quick. Another nurse said, "You're a good mom. I've been thinking about you." And another nurse was just like, "You're a good mom." And the doctor came in. I met the doctor that was going to do surgery because my doctor wasn't available. So I saw an exit sign when they were wheeling me to the surgery room. A part of me just wanted to leave, but I was like, "No, I'm doing what's best for my baby." And they wheeled me into the operating room, and the nurse held me when they were giving me the injection, and she said, "It's nice to have someone there when the spouse can't be there." And right away everything started going numb, so they told me to put my legs on the operating table and to scoot down, so I did. Then they called my husband, and before that the doctor started announcing what they were going to do. And then they called my husband in, and when I saw him, I just started telling him that I loved him, and I just kept saying, I love you," just in case anything happened, he would know how I felt. And the doctor went to cut me open, and then the saw thing that they were gonna, or the equipment that we're using, stopped working, and so they had to get a new one. And then the doctor was saying that why was it taking so long to even do this when it was already dangerous. And so they cut me open and the baby himself back in. The doctor was like, "He doesn't want to come out." So they pulled him out. He was a little gray, so they gave him oxygen, and then he started crying, and then I started crying. My husband started crying. I was just happy that he was okay, that he was alive. So my husband left to go get the little footprint done and to see how he was doing. And the doctor left, so the other nurse was sewing me up. And the nurse was like, "Do you want to feel?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "We need to clean you up. The doctor made a mess." And so they did, and it felt like it was taking forever. And I'm going to put some pictures in, so you guys might want to fast forward so you don't see it if you don't like. I'm going to show you the C-section. And then after that, I'm going to show a clip of my baby.
Say hi. Say hi. Hi. Say I'm James. Say I'm James. Hi. You're so cute with your eyes open. Say hi. Yeah.
So as you all can see, it was beautiful. And he was okay. And they were still sewing me up. And when they were done sewing me up, the nurse was like, "Do you want to feel it?" And I said no. And then everybody in the room said, "Happy Mother's Day." And I just started bawling. I was crying because it was over. I was crying because he's okay. And I was crying because I was happy that I was okay and that he was okay and that it was over. And when they said Happy Mother's Day, it was like the best Mother's Day gift ever. And then they wheeled me to go see the baby. And I couldn't hold him because I started shaking. The nurse said that it's normal. It's just a reaction from the anesthesia. She's like, if it gets annoying, I can give you the medicine. So I just told her, give me the medicine to help me stop shaking. After that, I was able to hold the baby, and we went up to the room. And then before I got out, they told me that he had 2 heart murmurs when they were doing the test. Since he was preemie, they had a NICU doctor go and check up on him. So I'm really happy that he is doing good, and I wanted to show you guys him now. He's asleep. So he's doing good. He only has 1 murmur. He had 4, which it surprised me. And there are 3 of them already closed. So now we just have to check on the 1. And I'm really happy. He's a blessing. I will do an update video on how I'm doing. I had an abnormal pap at the beginning of my pregnancy. Then I had to have a biopsy done to see what it was. Then it turns out I had something that was going to turn into cancer. And now I have cancer. And I'm waiting on results from my PET/CT scan to see how I'm doing. But I'll update you guys. And I'm taking every day just the best that I can. And thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. It means the world. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. So I'm adding another little clip because Aubrey wanted to talk.
Well, the favorite thing of being a big sister is that I like him and I love him and he laughs at me and I may make fun and I may make jokes, hugs to my mommy and daddy, and they laugh and Jamie laugh. That's where they say peekaboo.
Oh, you like playing peekaboo with the baby?
Yeah, and last time when mommy do peekaboo with the baby, he laughed it, and he had 2 tooths coming.
Yeah.
Oh, look it.
Oh, Aubrey's tooth is coming in.
Yeah, and I have a silver one.
Okay. Say bye to everybody.